Regé-Jean Page rose to Netflix fame after his portrayal of a duke in Bridgerton, a witty show full of romance based on the glamorous British Regency era. And now that he's garnered all this attention, Bridgerton star Regé-Jean Page might be the favorite for the next James Bond movie. Firstly, who is Regé-Jean Page? Page's glorious British accent in Bridgerton established that he is as British as they come. But did you know that the Duke of Hastings has a long list of theatrical achievements? After being born in London to a working-class family, Page wanted to make it big in the world of acting and theater. He started off by joining a band with his brother during the time they were in Zimbabwe. After spending his childhood there, Page finally decided that if he was ever going to act on the big screens, he would have to move back to London. So that's exactly what he did. He moved back to London just in time for secondary school and took up acting during Saturday school. Working with the National Youth Theatre over there really gave him perspective and helped him decide what kind of actor he wanted to be in the future. After working smaller theatrical gigs for 2 years, Page was accepted to the Drama Centre at London. This is when he kick-started his theatrical career with hits like The History Boys and The Merchant of Venice. By 2016, he was making his debut on TV with the miniseries Roots. He also became one of the regular cast members on the ABC legal drama For the People until 2019. By 2020, he was already working with the Bridgerton cast to create an unforgettable Regency-era romance. He was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award and was also recognized by Time magazine in the 100 Next list. Bridgerton seems to have opened a ton of avenues for the Page. He's been cast in an upcoming Dungeons & Dragons film this year and another movie named The Gray Man. He's doing 3 movies a year. Will he be the next James Bond? Even though Page is being cast in a ton of movies, what fans are really curious about is whether he'll be the next James Bond. You might have heard about the hunt for the new James Bond now that Daniel Craig has announced his retirement from the franchise. Fans feel that Page can take up the Bond mantle and deliver a powerful performance as the new Bond. After all, he has everything you need in a Bond character. It looks like the search for Bond has just gotten a whole lot more serious since Craig has bowed out of the role after completing his last film, No Time to Die, at the age of 53 recently. A source has revealed that the Bridgerton star has caught the producer's eyes and they're talking about giving him the opportunity to audition for the role too. But it also looks like the producers won't be making any major decisions until No Time to Die is officially released. This is also because they want Craig to have his big finale as James Bond one last time. The movie's release has been delayed 3 times now due to the global health situation. You'll be pleased to know that No Time to Die is all set for its release on the 30th of September 2021 in the UK. It will be gracing screens in the US just a week later by the 8th of October. According to Alex Apati from British bookmaker Ladbrokes, it's looking increasingly likely Bond chiefs have made their mind up in the hunt for Daniel Craig's replacement, with Regé-Jean Page now the clear favorite in the betting. Page, on the other hand, isn't taking this whole thing too seriously. For him, all the speculation is fun, and he has mentioned how flattered he feels just to be considered for the role. But the reason why Page will make a great Bond is clear. He's an embodiment of the perfect bachelor. If you've seen any Bond movies, you know how Bond prides himself on being the most eligible bachelor in town. That sounds exactly like the Duke of Hastings. During the show, Simon Bassett, the character played by Page, was one of the most eligible bachelors in town. He had a huge fear of marriage, and kids were definitely out of the question for him. Page is also tall and extremely handsome, and he knows how to rock his tuxedos. Fans have argued that Page is a good fit because of his excellent acting abilities too. For them, he has the charm needed to deliver Bond's witty one-liners during intense scenes. He's also smart, has a great smile, and is a real gentleman. Everything you'd need to be James Bond. Why is it so hard to choose a Bond? Some fans are sad about Craig's Bond journey coming to an end. But as much as we've enjoyed his time as Bond, people are accepting that the 53-year-old should take a break from the franchise now. He agrees with the public sentiment and has stated that No Time to Die will be his last contribution to the Bond world. He has no problem stepping back and quitting the franchise for good. He also stated that the last film helped him come to this decision since he got the closure he needed from the character. But now that he's really going, his place has opened up to a variety of candidates, from Tom Hiddleston to Harry Styles. Fans are pitching in ideas for who they'd like to see as Bond in the next film. The fan interaction is overwhelming, but also understandable, since whoever comes next has to uphold the Bond legacy. But it's also a difficult choice because out of all these charming gentlemen, there can only be one victor. Some other contenders for the position. Now that Craig is finally saying goodbye, a couple of other gentlemen are also being considered to play the next Bond. So it's clear that Page has some serious competition for the position. Some of these include Tom Hardy. People refer to Hardy as one of the most hardworking actors of his generation. He's talented and handsome and pulled off an amazing performance in movies like Locke. He's also played difficult roles before, which includes his performance in the movie Legend, where he played two main characters at the same time. He's played a suave figure in Nolan's Inception too, which had him playing a very Bondish character. Hardy has a ton of talent and also respects the character a lot. If you're a fan, you probably know that he values his creative freedom. He might be putting his own spin on Bond if he gets the role, and fans cannot wait to experience that. Michael B. Jordan. Another great choice and a solid American option is Michael B. Jordan. But even though some fans might not agree to an American Bond, you'd have to admit Jordan would look pretty good as the next Bond. After some of his popular roles, including his performance in the Black Panther movie, Hollywood knows he has serious star power behind him. People believe that it's also time we see a person of color playing the popular character on screen. Even the filmmakers admitted that the next Bond could very well be a person of color. So will it be the British Page or Michael Jordan from America? It's definitely going to be a tough choice for the filmmakers. Sam Heughan. How do you feel about a Scottish Bond? If you like the idea, you'll appreciate the news of Sam Heughan being considered for the Bond role as well. The actor shot to fame after his show Outlander was released on Amazon Prime and Netflix. And even though he's a little late to the Bond party, fans think that he might end up taking the mantle. This is also because Heughan has the face, the body, and the acting abilities to perfectly execute a Bond role. He's handsome and also extremely popular, especially with the ladies, just like Bond. And to make things even more interesting, he also has a Critics' Choice Award nomination under his belt. He has everything to prove himself worthy of this opportunity. Michael Fassbender. When Michael Fassbender was approached about whether he'd ever want to play Bond, he insisted that he would never play the role. No one knows why he'd be so against a popular role, but fans were still betting on him to reconsider and contest for the position. So that's exactly what he did. The reason is also the large bets being made by fans who support Fassbender and think he's going to be playing Bond in the next Bond movie. The amount of money being spent on these bets is enormous, which has led people to think that an insider is also betting on Fassbender to get the role. After all, who else would commit thousands of dollars in a bet that they weren't sure of? This means Fassbender is being considered and someone important knows about it. So we need to wait and watch to see how things turn out for him.